Hello and welcome to the Mountain Range Raceway on a wet and raining day here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. As Steve Brown makes his first career road course appearance, Chad Lieberner, the defending winner of this race, has some adversities to overcome. Low battery power should play a major role in this race. Get ready for some rough and wet road course racing. After a caution-plagued heat race, Bill Steinbach came out on top, finishing in first place. Steve Brown and Chad Lieberner tangled in the turn number 5, coming to the checkered flag. Steve Brown got the better of Chad Lieberner. Get ready for some rough and ready road course style racing. I forgot to finish second. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
And they're loose into turn number 1. Bill Steinbach, the early leader. Chad Lieberner in second, and Steve Brown in third position. And into the grass. Can he get his vehicle moving in this wet, muddy water? That'll wave a yellow flag on lap number 1. He'll have to come out on the speedway, manually kick his car out of the grass, and he will come around. The track maintenance team already doing work. These cars are all over the place. Slick, under heavy braking, they spin out going into turn number 5.
And you can just see the oil buildup in the center of the track going around the corner. Turn number 4, around the chicane there, where the track is a lot darker, you can already tell. And you can see that the whole track is wet, obviously, from the rainstorms we had just before the race began. Hopefully they can get this one underway all the way to lap 20 so that it'll be an official race in the book. And look at Bill Steinbach with a full head of steam going around turn 2 and actually power sliding into turn 3. Look at Lieberner just turning right around in that green Plymouth. Brown tries to avoid him but goes right through the middle there. Lieberner gets stuck underneath the chicane corner tire. And look at Steinbach way ahead. Yellow flag, lap 3.
Our second full course caution of the event. Rain showers now clearing out of the area, but there is some more on the radar. Could affect this one's finish.
Brown is doing some minor steering adjustments here. He takes a look at his car. It looks like the tire came off slightly in these slick conditions, just ripping it right off the wheel. So he'll fix that. Steinbach looks like he's about to go around here for the restart. Backs up. He cuts the corner wide. There it is. Green flag is back out. Brown spinning before he hits the start-finish line. No caution yet. We'll see if it... Oh! Lieberner just driving right through that cone there. No caution yet. What is going on here with these officials? Okay, Lieberner's backing up. They just figure he's way behind. There's no chance in him catching up. So we have a yellow flag here on lap 5. Here's the instant replay.
Going into turn number 3, it looks like he turned a little bit early, missed his mark, went clear right in between that cone and the tire, and went into the outside retaining wall.
You can see Brown was driving really well that lap. Green flag again.
Bill Steinbach this time gets turned in turn number 1 with Steve Brown. Chad Lieberner trying to pull ahead, having trouble finding traction. He does a drift through turn number 3.
Hits Steinbach there, and that helps Steinbach out. But look, Lieberner got himself going.
Brown does the same thing, but he'll get himself moving quicker. Chad Lieberner wrecks in turn number 5, coming into that cone. Steve Brown very loose going down the short chute, heading into turn number 2. Bill Steinbach, the leader, followed by Steve Brown, a slick sleep.
He's just sliding everywhere. Sorry about that, Bill. Oh, anyways, we have a yellow flag here on lap number 8. Lim can barely get his car moving, and he can barely get back to the restart line for this restart. There's a cone knocked over there close to the chicane. What's going on here? Fighting down on the first stretch of that chicane. Oh, looks like the track maintenance team is going to come out, break that one up. The officials are going to call this one just a regular restart. No penalties here for fighting yet. This one looks like it's going to get heated.
Here comes Bill Steinbach in the Chevy Corvette coming into turn number 5. Green flag back in the air, side by side for the lead. Steve Brown gets turned head-on into that outside concrete wall. Bill Steinbach with a very healthy lead over Steve Brown and Chad Lieberner. Lieberner power sliding through turn number 3, gets it under control, and he'll lose his control going into turn number 4, hitting that bike tire in the center of the chicane. Steve Brown now the leader.
Yeah, here on lap 10, Brown had a full head of steam coming all the way through turn 3 on that previous lap. It looks like he's fighting here with that Corvette for the lead. He will hit the outside wall of that chicane there, the tire wall, and that'll give Steinbach the lead back. But it looks like Steinbach had some trouble going to the start-finish line. Brown has the lead again, and look how far Limburner is behind. His car is just messing up everywhere. I wonder if that is just slick racing conditions for him. His car doesn't weigh very much. Big issue there.
As you can see, the track is starting to dry as the sun comes out and the cars put more heat into the speedway. And there's trouble in turn number 1. Bill Steinbach drives head onto that fence. Yellow flag on lap 12. Let's look at the instant replay. Going into turn number 1, he turns Steve Brown. Chad Limburner gets pushed into that inside tire wall, and Bill Steinbach just driving around, and about a lap later hit that fence in the same spot where he got into Limburner and Brown. Green flags back on the speedway.
There before that restart, we saw Limburner also just spinning out right at the tip of the chicane. That was a bit comical. That's all that was. But yes, this is definitely a test of these new cars that Brown and Limburner are driving. It's a test to see how they'll run in the most adverse conditions possible. I mean, we haven't seen this all season. The track is completely wet. It rained literally a minute before the race, during the intro, actually. And look at Limburner. We can see him getting loose there. Coming out of 3. Oh, there's a fight for second. But Steinbach hits that tire wall and can't get his car moving. It looks like that'll cause a caution. No, look at Brown. Brown actually spun out, and that'll help him out, actually, by not causing a caution.
Into turn number 3, Chad Limburner completely sideways through there every time, and almost like every other lap, he's hitting that bike tire in the middle of the chicane. Steve Brown cuts through. He hits that Goodyear tire at the start-finish line, nearly hitting Bill Steinbach in a head-on collision. There goes Steinbach to regain the lead from Limburner and Brown. Brown spins out up in turn number 1, hitting the tires. Chad Limburner cuts through and drives through the center of the speedway. That will wave a yellow flag on lap 16. Another instant replay. And Limburner and Brown get together going into turn number 1. Just coming out of the exit, they got door-to-door, and Brown spins out.
Yes, and then Steinbach just pushes Limburner right out of the way to keep that lead, but that will cause a caution as Brown can't get his car moving from that wreck. We have a restart here already. Brown and Limburner fighting for the lead this time around. Wow, Brown flips. Limburner has the lead. Steinbach in second place. Brown gets his car going after he wrecks in turn number 3, hits the cone. He will now have the lead. Brown takes the lead, but Steinbach gets it back as Limburner and Brown both have trouble. That Mustang first hitting the cone, and that pushes the Plymouth to the outside of the track, and he'll hit the wall. Look at Steinbach's lead here. Things have settled down on the track as there's some sliding in turn 3 as usual.
That Plymouth Barracuda is into the cone in turn number 3, and that will wave a yellow flag on lap number 18. Track maintenance team does some quick repair to the tires in turn number 2. Bill Steinbach in the Chevy Corvette will go through the infield. That's perfectly legal on a road course caution. Green flags back in the air. There they go. 3 abreast into turn number 1. Steve Brown gets turned right before the start-finish line, and he'll turn again by himself in the short chute heading into turn number 2. Chad Limburner is off screen. Looks like he may have gotten into the gravel traps. He gets his car going once again, and he's on the hunt for Bill Steinbach.
Yes, very good around turn 3. It looks like these drivers have figured out how to handle those smaller cars in these conditions with the lighter front end. We have a yellow flag already as we take lap 20. It looks like there was some trouble in turn number 5, before Brown actually took the next lap, but Steinbach and Limburner were both over the start-finish line, so that's why it is on lap 20.
Cars aligning at the restart line. There goes the Corvette. He'll restart this race. Brown doing some quick adjustments to his car.
Looks like Brown has the furthest inside lane. The Cuda is in the middle, and then that'll put that Chevy on the outside. Oh, it looks like Brown really got a jump here. No caution yet called by the officials. Look at Steinbach just ramming right into the front of that green Plymouth. Hits the grass. That will actually help him out. He's able to turn wider by hitting the grass. Steinbach is. Oh, Limburner flip, spinning right around.
Brown hits that Moon Speedway sign going down the short chute head on. It pops out just about an inch beyond that fence, and that will wave a yellow flag on lap 22. He'll go onto the track to move his car. Let's check it out. Yep, right there out of turn number 1. He actually hit the fence post right before the wall. He got lucky he didn't hit that wall. We saw that in the other road course race. Catastrophic damage.
Yes, definitely. It was catastrophic because then it fell. Obviously, the track maintenance team had some work to do, as well as adverse effects on that next lap. Yeah, you can definitely tell the track is a lot drier than before, and that actually looks to be definitely helping these cars. There's definitely a chase for first place. Brown, Limburner has some trouble there. Brown has the lead now once again. Oh, hits the tire wall, and that'll give Steinbach the lead back in that Chevy.
That's Chevy going through turn number 4 and heading back onto the short chute. Can't get that car turned. His steering's not quite tight enough. And that'll wave another yellow flag on lap 24. Here comes Limburner. He will restart this race in the CUDA. At the restart line, the other for the field waiting. Green flag's back in the air. Going into turn number 1, Brown the leader. Limburner passes Steinbach. Steinbach gives him a little door, and he'll put him into the wall in the short chute going into turn number 2. He'll slide through turn number 3. Brown gaining more on his advantage.
Yeah, a lot of Limburner had out of there coming out of the short chute, if you saw that there. I was really impressed by that, and now he'll be catching up to Steinbach here. And look at Brown's lead, though. Absolutely amazing, the handle he's gotten on this car late. Remember, this race is only 30 laps as it's a road course event, and it's been an exciting about 26 laps so far. All right. Look at Brown. Oh, fight for second here, fight for second. Ooh, Steinbach just gets pushed under the tip of the chicane there. We have a yellow flag here. Instant replay.
They're wheel-to-wheel through the short chute going into turn number 2. They settle things down by turn number 3, and Bill Steinbach got the worst of it in turn number 4. He'll cut through the infield to come to the restart line in that Chevy Corvette.
Hitting the cone under caution.
A lot of pressure on him right now to get a good restart, get out front. Green flag back in the air. He got that good restart. He clears Limburner and Brown going into turn number 2. A little bit of bump drafting, and they touch! Limburner off.
Oh, Limburner saving that Plymouth. It goes into the mud, but comes back out right on top. Look, he has the lead.
Bill Steinbach wrecked to hit the Goodyear tire. The white flag is in the air. Chad Limburner's got to get through the rest of this course. Steve Brown into turn number 2. Bill Steinbach right on his bumper. Brown slowing, might have a dead batter. He gets spun out by Bill Steinbach. Limburner coming out of turn number 5. He'll win this race. It's going to be quite the race for second if Steve Brown could get moving.
Oh, the Steinbach hits the chicane. Oh, my goodness. What is this race going to come down to? Look, Steinbach can't get his car going either.
He gets it going out of turn number 5. He finishes in second position. Steve Brown will come around to finish in third position after he gets his car off of that cone.
Wow, we really saw how these cars handle in the rain. Steinbach obviously coming out on top early in the race. Brown really had a full head of steam at the end there, but just some rough driving by Steinbach really put him down, and we had quite the battle for second place. A surprising win by Limburner in that lighter car, though.
Congratulations to Chad Limburner and his second career road course victory. We'll see you next time here on the Three Rivers RC Racing Channel.